Say, man, young thug daddy Jeffrey Williams Sr. says that FANI Willis got his son on trial for being the leader of a street gang, and says that FANI Willis in the district attorney's office is the gang that people need to be worried about, and said that next month in November, he'll be voting for the Republican candidate that's running against FANI Willis for the top cop job in Georgia. And basically, the man say him up and tired. Let's get to the content.
To oust her. To be fair, we made this story and held it and made multiple requests to interview DA FANI Willis. I personally reached out on Tuesday. We made additional reaches by phone, text, and email on Wednesday. She has not responded to any of our messages. It is now past 11 p.m. on Thursday night and still no response. DA FANI Willis has talked about these issues on record many times, and in the interest of fairness, we have included some of her previous statements in our reporting tonight.
This case is about his lyrics.
I think it's wrong. Clearly, it's an art, right?
We're using the lyrics that a rapper is using. That would basically put everybody that raps out of business or in jail.
For too long, artists have been unfairly targeted by prosecutors.
It does not matter what your notoriety is, what your fame is. If you come to Fulton County, Georgia, and you commit crimes, and certainly if those crimes are in furtherance of a street gang, that you are going to become a target.
It's bogus, it's prejudice.
Never known for holding his tongue.
I'm speaking on everybody that's sitting in a jail that's just being done wrong.
Jeffrey Williams, the father of Atlanta rapper Young Thug, says he's done being loyal to people and institutions who say they help black men in Fulton County but don't.
It's not right.
I say it over and over again, but I mean it. I want our children in classrooms and not in courtrooms.
Williams has been reluctantly pulled into the spotlight alongside his son, Young Thug. The rapper is at the center of a very high-profile trial where prosecutors claim his music and crimes are linked. That his record label, YSL, also known as Young Slime Life, is a criminal operation with gang connections.
My number one focus is targeting gangs, and there's a reason for that. They are committing conservatively 75 to 80% of all of the violent crime that we are seeing within our community.
It was all a stage to make FANI Willis look better. She's using it as a tool to enrich the popularity of her gang, which is the district attorney office. That's the game.
Williams squarely points the finger back at Fulton County District Attorney FANI Willis, accusing the DA of abusing plea deals by pressuring young men of color,
if I cooperate, they give me a year,
who don't have the financial means to fight back, to agree to untruths.
Are all of your answers to every question I asked from now on going to be, I don't recall?
Yes.
Which he says were used to build the case against Young Thug and YSL.
We've got to take seriously the court system.
We reached out to Willis for comment, but did not hear back.
If you got something on a person, if you got something to do, to convict them or whatever, do your job. But if you don't just tear a person's life up just cause.
I have some legal advice. Don't confess to crimes on rap lyrics if you do not want them used.
Are you serious?
Fed up, Williams says enough is enough. He now has 3 sons in jail in connection to the YSL RICO trial. Williams says the pressure, the legal fees, and the wait to see if Young Thug will be freed is taking its toll. But as a father, he's there.
One thing my kids know that society don't know is that regardless of what, they're gonna be there.
Williams' advocacy for his sons have included emails, letters, and petitions to try and change the course of his son's fate. But this November, for the first time ever, Dad is voting to fight for what he says is way bigger than Young Thug's freedom in Georgia's longest ever criminal trial. He's voting to oust FANI Willis, whether his son is freed or not.
My son is gonna get a second chance at life because God's gonna give it to him. By any means necessary, it's gonna happen. It's not his fault. He's good to people.
And it's looking more and more like that was completely the objective here, is to bolster her credibility, bolster her reputation, to pick a prominent rapper that come from the streets of Atlanta and say, this gonna be my top target. If I can take him and everybody he associated with down, then that'll make me look good. As a black woman doing this to a black man, being the black female district attorney of Atlanta, if I do this, I can curry a lot of favor with the white elites because they'll see me as doing my job. You dig what I'm saying? And this is when you give somebody credibility, a whole lot of merit. Because right there at the end, he said, if you got a case, if he done something wrong, do your job. But if you don't, let him get out, which is the same thing everybody that's frustrated with this YSL RICO case in Georgia, bro, because they've been dragging this out all this time with all of these technicalities, all these mishaps from the prosecution side, and they still allowing the trial to continue. Why? Why is it still being able to continue with all of these flaws, bro? What jury, after seeing all of this thus far, can convict this man of anything? I'll get at y'all in the next one, man. Y'all be smooth. I'm out.